All right, back here was the second part of these tutorial beginner's guide series. And so just because some heroes don't work for taking them with you to fights does not mean that they are not good. Every hero has a purpose. The economy heroes, their abilities are always passive. So having them around will always benefit you in a way. Varvra, for example, is one of the best early game heroes you can get, and you can get her right up here from the Ruins shop by exchanging your points for her. And so her ability is she gives you a more research speed, higher anti-serum output, but the key thing is she increases your troop size. She increases your troop size and she is very easy to get. And thanks to the fact that she's an economy based hero, her troop size increase is always going to be active. You do not have to take her into a fight. Her skill, it will always be available. And as you can see right here, it shows you how they progress for each enhancement you do, except for the 1 star and the 0 star, unfortunately. But you can see that at +5, she caps out at 10k extra troops, which is quite a sizable increase. Then there are also other heroes, like Lavina, for example, who just have a flat-out passive ability. She does not need to enter combat for these abilities to kick in. She just needs to be the required level to activate each and every one of these. Once again, for a 2-star hero, you only need to be level 31. For a 3-star hero, you need to be level 71 to unlock all their abilities. For a 4-star hero, you need 131, as well as for 5-star heroes, you also need 131. Unfortunately, you will run into a problem where you probably won't have enough of the blue books. The only way you can get those to evolve characters is from campaign, and unfortunately, you basically are rolling the dice on whether you're going to get 2, 3, or 5 of those books. There is no other way to speed up how many books you get other than purchasing them with real money, and I don't recommend that, as generally they only sell you about 30 of them, and it'll cost you about $10 or more for just a small amount of books that's not even enough to level up a character. McCarty, for example, another hero with passive abilities. Economy heroes are always useful. Their abilities are always working. So although they won't benefit you to take them into a zombie fight or into a fight against another player, their abilities are still highly useful, and they also are great heroes for the campaign and for the arena itself. So you don't have to take your zombie fighting or other HQ fighting team, for example. You could take just a blend of whatever is the hardest hitting or most beneficial hero that you have into the arena or into the campaign. Now let's move over to the pit. The pit is an area that's not really explained all that well, other than you can gather rare earth from there. Now the thing that they fail to mention is, as you can see, there are 2 different skull types here in the pit. The one with the stripes almost always, let me rephrase it, it does always mean it's somebody that's gonna pummel you if you pick a fight with them. You cannot beat them. Let's check them. For example, this particular commander, incredibly strong, 171 million might. He's very well balanced, shooter based, and a much higher level than I am. I would lose. But you see this other skull over here, the cleaner looking one, usually means it's an opponent that you could very much have a good chance of beating in a fight. Let's click him, for example. 100 million might. Someone more was in my ball range, and he's also another fighter-based person. I probably would not be able to beat this particular person, so let's check somebody else. This person right here, his commander info. This person is significantly weaker than me. As you can see from the gear, it's only at +11 as opposed to my fighter-based gear, which was at +19, and also a 2-star red star. also another fighter based and balanced out. So that means this particular person wouldn't be much of a fight, and it would be somebody that I could beat. Now, when you go into the pit, you do not want to go into an empty pit itself. You want to find somebody that has one of these skull symbols, and whoever has the highest resources, steal it from them. It is much quicker to gather the rare earth this way. You get 5 raid attempts maximum, and they cool down about, I want to say it's an hour and 45 minutes each, and then you could do another raid attempt. So instead of just starting from scratch, take it from someone else. It's gonna happen to you all the time, and this is a faster way for you to be able to get materials. From the Rare Earth shop, you can get McCarty frags, Nova experience, Nova economy points, commander experience, fighter modules, module material, and module promoters, as well as marks of glory. Never buy food, gas, steel, or wood. It's a waste of your rare earth. But once again, this symbol, don't mess with it. This one, very good chance you could beat that player in a fight and steal some of their rare earth. Alright, let's back out from here. Not the supply depot, trap factory. As much as I hate to say this, traps are virtually useless. Only use them to build 250 so that you can get your daily quest done. They do virtually nothing to change the outcome of a battle, and they just eat your resources to build. So just go as the cheapest one, build 250 so you can work on your daily quest and collect these boxes that give different rewards. Going over here to the Alliance Hall. Alliance Hall increases the amount of reinforcements you can get from another guild member, alliance member, whatever it's called depending on your region. So the higher Alliance Hall level you have, the more reinforcements you can receive to protect you from other players attacking you, or during zombie fight events like Dead Rising, for example. The Hall of War makes it so that you can have a higher rally size, which is very important. The higher your rally size, the more troops you can take into battle, whether you are doing a fight against a zombie lair or whether you're doing a fight against another enemy player's headquarters. So rally size is very important. If you have a low rally size and a high level, it does not matter how many people try to join you, as you will be very limited to how many troops they can send you to help. So please make sure you keep your Hall of War and your Alliance Hall up to level with your headquarters. Moving over here past headquarters to the research lab, Nova is what you will be unlocking. Usually, I want to say it's level 15 that you unlock Nova. It's either level 15 or level 20. I apologize, it's been a while since I've been there. But Nova is another great way to boost up your skills. You'll be getting these little red crystals as things go down the line from events or from purchases. But you can generally get enough of them from events so that it shouldn't be much of an issue. Use those to boost up particular stats like fighter attack, rider attack, shooter, troop size, which is very useful, all the way down to the bottom where it increases your troop attack and troop damage once you reach the required levels. So Nova is an incredibly good way to make yourself stronger. And the Nova skills, just like the economy class players, are passive. So these skills will always be active. Nova also has the economy skills over here for like gathering more wood, higher troop load, faster build speed, faster march speed, and various other perks. So keep that in mind. Nova is very useful. Later on, you will also be getting the glory levels, which you can use to upgrade your troop attack, defense, and various other stats depending on which building it is you level. You get marks of glory for free more often than not from several different events like Dead Rising, Defensive Alliance, or some of the other events like, I believe it's called Trials of Survival and some other things. But you generally use these to boost up your overall stats on a particular type or every single troop in general. So that one's also a very useful one. Once again, try to use that Marks of Glory to enhance the troop type you're going with, whether it's shooter, rider, or fighter. Let's move down over here towards your buildings. In the early stage of the game, it could be beneficial to get a little bit of everything, but once you start going to the higher level headquarters, you'll notice you need more for gas, steel, boot camps, and infirmaries, to the point where ideally you would only like one lumber mill and one farm. You get plenty of wood and food from attacking other players' bases or from just fighting zombies, for example. As whenever you fight a zombie in a zombie lair, you'll get a supply box and you're always guaranteed to get X amount of food and X amount of wood. So you'll almost always have a very large surplus of both food and wood in stock. But steel and gas takes a very long time to gather. You get so much less and it requires a lot to start doing upgrades. And more often than not, when you attack other players, those are the two things that they will almost always have a low amount of, as they do not want to get robbed from the things that they only care about. They can get wood and they can get food back rather easily, but steel and gas become very important as you move down the line. As you can see, for example, to upgrade my headquarters from 26 to 27 requires for me to have 96 million food, 17 million wood, but the one that really hurts is the 13 million steel and the nearly 5 million gas. Those take a long time to gather. Let's move over to the Noah's Tavern. When you go to the Noah's Tavern, you'll notice right here on the exchange part, when you do summons on here, make sure that you always do the 9 coins right there, as the more you do, it'll give you points to exchange, and you can use these points to get character frags, which is very useful. Ideally, you do not want to use them yet. Everything has the time when you can use it. As you can see up here, there are events that are ongoing, and that's when you want to use your items. You want to use your items during events. And I know it may be difficult to hold on to your items as you want to use them to summon characters, level up your gear, etc., but it helps you out so much if you're willing to be patient just a little bit. I recommend waiting at least 2 weeks before you open any of your items, whether they're the supply boxes, the promote choice boxes, the hero choice cards, the arena surprise, or the enhanced choice. Now there is also later on down the line, once you reach level 25 headquarters, that you'll also be able to get the cube boxes. You'll be getting those from the daily quest, so do not worry about that. That'll come much further down the line if you're a beginner player. But for example, hero upgrade. This is a quest that requires you to get hero fragments. And the more hero fragments you get, the more points you get. And every single class, or let me rephrase that, every single star level gives more points. So a 5-star hero gives you 20,000 points per frag. And if you make it into the top 1,000 ranking of these, you get 5 of these, which allow you to build up and unlock one of these heroes, which are very good heroes, and you can get them for free. But like I said, once again, unfortunately, it does require a little bit of patience. So this would be one of those events where you want to hold on to them and use all of your tokens from Noah's Pass, your hero choice cards, and your arena boxes right here to want to get as many hero fragments as possible. as it'll increase your chances of unlocking another character that you don't have who's very good for free. And every single item has an event for the most part. There's an event for the hero for the hero materials. So you'll see an event for the materials and for the promote boxes. My apologies. There's an event for, as you just saw, for the hero summons. So these hero choice cards right here that you see, those count towards that event. So if you can save them for at least 2 weeks until that event comes around, it increases your chances of getting into the top 1,000. The same thing is also going on with things like the Joy Coin, which is an event you'll notice later. You can save those up into the next event so that you can guarantee yourself being able to get a character. You need 50 of these coins and you can guarantee unlock one of the really good characters from the game that you cannot normally acquire any other way. So as hard as it may be at times to restrain yourself and to hold back from using all your items, it really does benefit you quite a bit if you can just hold out for at least 2 weeks, as you can use those to get characters for free. Alright, that's the end of this part of the video. I'll bring up a next one in just a moment. So until then, take care.